Hey, Asra, where are you from?
I'm an Iraqi Australian who was born in Iran and lived in Pakistan during her childhood. That's who I am. Try and comprehend that. It is really confusing, and they're like, okay, hang on, so you speak this language, or do you speak that, or do you speak Arabic? Hang on, how do you know Urdu? How can you speak Hindi? Why do you understand this? But it's great, I love it. I love that I have the um, capacity also to adapt between cultures, you know, and live anywhere I want, really, not have a problem with it. I'm a teacher back home, and I love my job. I love working with kids. I love empowering them to lead, to think creatively, to think outside the box. When I was growing up, um, I was a refugee. Up until the age of 14, my education was heavily disrupted due to circumstances of having to move from city to city to city every month, every 2 months. The only year I remember finishing was year 4, and that was like the happiest, year of my life. Once I finished year 12, went to college, I realized how much I had missed in terms of education, and how much it has affected me today. This is why I wanted to be a teacher, and this is why I wanted to come to Palestine. Where is that? What I have noticed in Palestine is that there's a lack of teaching kids to be creative, teaching them to problem solve, teaching them to explore. They're more just taking along what you give them rather than questioning it, rather than having a deep understanding of it, more memorizing of things. When we instill that in them, when we instill that their education, their learning is just taking from us and not critically thinking, not questioning, not being creative, we narrow their opportunity to develop in that sense. And for that reason, they are the same when they grow up. It's quite dangerous for the society. They can't create change. They will just always accept. It's definitely more important than any other society at the moment, I think. Purely because you want them to change the current situation. I wanted to come out and help children who have been affected by war, by occupation. No, but she said of course, to us, that's a humanitarian act, but I had to lie. I had to say I'm here as a tourist because there's no way they would have let me in had I said I'm here to volunteer teach in Palestine, in the West Bank. That's impossible. Coming in was quite tough for me um, because of my physical appearance, because of my name, because of my place of birth. Uh, the people at the border were quite suspicious of me, let's just say. They couldn't. I was interrogated for 10 hours because they couldn't really box me somewhere. I was asked a lot of questions that I had not even thought about or did not even, questions that you wouldn't think about when, entering a country like, does your father have a beard? Does he go to the mosque? When was the last time he went to the mosque? Have you been to the mosque? I didn't know whether to laugh or to cry, at the level of their ignorance. Like it's something so stupid and illogical, but um, they have this fear of Arabs. From what I know, the Palestinians here, from what I have seen, are not scary people at all. At all. They're so happy relative to their circumstances, relative to the situation that they're in. They're so they still have, hope, and they're so welcoming and warm from what I have seen. That's not scary. I believe there's hope here. I strongly believe that, and I can see the youth in not only just Palestine, in other nations in the Middle East, leading the future, I feel like there's energy here, and I feel like they will be leading the world. I feel like it will be bigger and better than the West.